Hi and welcome. In this game I'm playing as white. So let's see, I'm opening with e4. My opponent plays the Sicilian defense. I bring out my knight and so does the enemy. Well, what can I tell you? I don't know anything about the Sicilian defense other than the square d4. It's gonna be there's gonna be some competition for that square, that's for sure. Let's see how the game develops. I put my pawn on d4. I know it's protected by the queen, so I can do that. The enemy plays a very crazy move, e6. I don't know why, but well, I guess he or she has some kind of plan behind that move. I bring out my bishop just to protect this square. Enemy takes, and I will take with the horse. And the enemy brings out the knight to e7. That's another crazy move. I wouldn't do that. I would put the knight on f6, which is perhaps more orthodox. Even though I'm a beginner, I do know that if you cramp up all the pieces here, the king and the queen and the bishop, they get sort of trapped inside the house. They cannot move out. So the only way for the bishop to move out is to push this pawn and then go out this way. So frankly, I don't know why the enemy put the knight here on e7. I mean, just look at all these squares. Black has no defense over here on the right side. So I can tell you that already now I was thinking seriously about doing some sort of attack here on the right side. So let's see how the game continues. I castle. The enemy pushes in the middle. I take, and I withdrew my bishop just to play safe. And I will probably develop my pieces in the next moves. Yeah. So I don't see any immediate weakness in my defense. And my idea is to attack here on the right side. And this bishop on b3, it's in a bad position. It cannot move anywhere. So I need to move this pawn so my bishop can sneak out the back door and then commence the attack on the right side. And in order to do that, I need first to move my knight from c3. So let's see what my next move is. Oh, I brought up the queen. Now the reason why I brought up the queen is that I have connected these two pieces. So there's a nice diagonal here. The queen and the bishop are pushing this diagonal, which is nice for my upcoming attack. And the second thing is that my two rooks are now connected. They can work together. I mean, for example, I can do something like this. I can put my two rooks on the same, on the same line, if I want to. So let's see what the enemy does. Knight to f5, putting some pressure on my knight here on the central square. Well, I guess it's okay. I can understand why, because there are two knights and one bishop attacking the same square, so I can understand that. So probably what I'm doing here is I'm countering attacking. So let's see what my next move was. Yes, I did a counter attack. And the reason why I took that specific piece is that I put some pressure on the queen. Well, other than that, I don't remember really the reason why I went there. Perhaps this was a better move, I don't know. But then that brings the bishop into the game, so he can commence an attack here. And I don't like that. So by playing my knight to c6, I create some confusion in the enemy camp. I guess that's the reason why I played that move. Enemy takes. I'm moving my knight, and the reason is because I want to be able to push this pawn forward so I can bring out my bishop. Another reason is that now I can work my horse over to this side and perhaps do something over here on the right side. So let's see what the enemy does. Okay, this puts some pressure on my rook. You see, this horse is pinned. I cannot move this horse because this bishop will take my rook. So I'm moving my pawn to open up this possibility. Enemy plays bishop over there just to attack. But the thing is that even though this bishop threatens my bishop on f4, I have a backup from my queen. So I just ignore this threat and play rook to e1, protecting the horse and getting away from this diagonal. So this is the position halfway through the game, and I think I have the best position because I have a strong attack over here, and I can also bring my bishop here to cause some damage over here. And I can also push this h pawn anytime forward. Okay, let's see what happens. Enemy takes, and I retake. Enemy moves the king, probably to, I don't know, bring the rook over there. I have no idea. This move is very soft. It isn't sharp. I mean, it's a very slow move. My move, on the other hand, is very active. I put my horse in the center, threatening this knight and also threatening this pawn. So that's a very active move. Compare these two moves. Enemy moves the king, which is a very non-aggressive move, and I move my knight to d4, which is a very aggressive move. And I think that's the way you're supposed to play chess. And also, if I may add, just look how the my pieces are very close together. They are connected all the time. So when I'm attacking not just with one piece, but I'm attacking with 2 or 3 pieces together, synchronized. Okay, let's see what the enemy did. Just to protect the pawn, of course. I take. He takes with the pawn. So now I can commence my attack here. I can perhaps bring up the rook, like so. Yep, that's what I'm doing. He stepped 1 step forward, and now he's stepping backwards. So I'm on the offensive. I'm being very active. My opponent is very on the defense, being very passive. Now the reason why I brought my rook here is, of course, to put pressure on the pawn on f5, because eventually I will put my bishop over here to attack that pawn. So let's see what happens. Or the defense on the f5 pawn. I don't want to start the attack with the queen. I want to start with the rook. So that's why I moved out of the way so the rook can proceed forward. Trying to put some pressure on the queen, but I'm just moving her 1 step to the side. Pressure is still on. Enemy moves the queen 1 step. It could be to prepare for some sort of attack over here. I don't know. Now I'm probably moving the bishop. Yes, I am. So you can see this nice attack. I planned this for so long, and now it pays off. Enemy wants to do some sort of back rank checkmate, so I just move my pawn so I can escape with the king. Quite easy. I'm not going to commence the attack with the bishop. I will start with sacrificing the rook. There we go. He has to take, and I will retake. And as you can see, I have a very strong threat to the black king. The opponent should probably play queen to g7 to prevent the checkmate, but perhaps the opponent, he didn't see that, so he just played some other random move. Yeah, he put the rook on f8. So my next move is checkmate. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next movie.